Hi, Kaizen here, and today we'll be doing America's Pickems with just Joshua. I wasn't going to be doing any Pick'em videos because I want to focus more on evergreen content, but he asked me and I figured why not? I want to start saying yes to more things anyways. This video will just be the Americas while he will have the other 3 regions. Looking back at it, I think we burnt the kitchen for China, but I'm happy with all the other leagues. So feel free to check out his channel for those. I'll be posting my original Pickems for my channel members to see, so feel free to join if you want to witness those as well. I've been pretty good with my Pickems. I've been usually in the top 5 or 1% of most Pickems. But let's get started with this video.
What do you just want to start with top to bottom, e.g. Loud? What do you got?
Okay, yeah, EG versus Loud. You know, it's really interesting with Evil Geniuses versus Loud. It's like, this is the battle of the fall-offs because both these teams won champs in the past. And now they're probably, it would be a miracle for them to even like qualify for a Masters or champs, let alone like playoffs. Maybe, I don't know, playoffs. I feel like America's is just so stacked that I don't even see any of them going to playoffs either. I mean,
yeah,
Evil Geniuses did announce Yay, that's star power. They still have Derek Overwatch, which I'm not too sure if this is a hot take, but I think Derek is probably going to be Evil Geniuses' best player for 2025.
Honestly, I could see that. Ye could show up, but based off his last year with Bleed, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he did look decent. He had flashes of good greatness. It kind of sucks that he's like trying to like stay away from Chamber, even though Chamber just got buffed. And it's like, if you're gonna try to play Chamber again, this is like the time to do it, in my opinion. Because I think you can definitely make Chamber work. I prefer Chamber over Vice, even though Vice does have a bit of like stalling potential. But just for this matchup between Evil Geniuses and Loud, I'm going to give it to Evil Geniuses just because Loud did look a little bit shaky in the offseason. Loud might have like a slow start for the 2025 season, but I can definitely see them being better towards the end. But for right now, I have Evil Geniuses over Loud. But that's
I have the exact same. Loud has done not very well in the offseason, and then they've had like some chaos with their roster over the offseason.
Yeah, I heard like they were planning on like introducing like a 17-year-old who, well, he's 17 right now, but he's going to be 18 in the middle of the season. So they're kind of doing something similar to what Team Heretics did with Woot. So
yeah,
like that's why I say they'll probably get better throughout the season, where right now we're not going to see the final form of Loud, and that's all right.
Yeah. MIBR versus 100 Thieves, who you got?
Oh my goodness, this is so tough. Because 100 Thieves lost to a tier 2 team, man.
I know. What is their name? Yeah, Trust and Plug. That was their name.
What's their abbreviations? Is it TIP? Is it just TIP?
Is it TIP? That'd be hilarious.
Just
I'm gonna...
TIP.
Here, let's see.
That does sound like a Valorant username.
No, it's just Plug. It's
Plug. Oh, it's just Plug. Oh, okay, they're smart. I guess Riot wouldn't allow something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're going against Aspas, bro. They're going against Aspas. Like, 100 Thieves, in your opinion, do you think Xander replacing Bang is like a major upgrade for this team? Or do you think they're kind of like slightly the same?
I think it's kind of the same. I mean, Xander looked really good on M80. M80 right. Just kind of couldn't show up in that grand final on Bind.
Yeah, honestly, like they were changing the rosters quite often too.
Yeah, they were having some trouble. I was paying attention to M80, especially toward after champs. But yeah, honestly, I put MIVR just because of Aspas and the amount of changes that they've made and how much it's kind of paid off for them.
I mean, it wasn't just Aspas too. Like in the off season, we saw I don't know how to say his name. I'm gonna butcher so many like Brazilian and South American names.
Yeah.
Cortezia. He was amazing, bro. That was an amazing pickup. Apparently Saucy recommended the guy, and like who knows, like Saucy's in retirement, but hey, he could be a GM for a team, who knows. So I don't know, it's gonna be a close game. I think this could be a very close game because we seen last year that 100 Thieves at their best look like champions caliber team. Like they look like a title contender. It's just that last year there were just so many ups and downs with this team. That's the problem. And it's not like MIBR is like studded from top to bottom either, right? Like 100 Thieves has surefire hitters like Asuna and Cryo, but MIBR has Cortesia and Aspas, and then they also have some other people who aren't always going to be getting a lot of frags, who aren't always going to have the best support or make the best decision making. And I feel like when it comes to like teams that are like right now, I feel like MIBR and 100 Thieves are evenly matched, a lot closer, but throughout the 2025 season, I can definitely see MIBR pulling away and being the better team. It's really a coin flip for me with this one. So
yeah,
I'm trying to think what would make a better storyline. Like 100 Thieves versus Sentinels for the 100th time, or MIBR versus Sentinels.
I want to see something new. I put MIBR.
Okay, all right. We'll see something new. We'll see something new.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to tell you this. My parents just called me for breakfast. It'll take me probably 15 minutes if that's all good with you.
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this in the video too, so people know.
Okay.
So people want to know like what are you eating for breakfast?
I'll be having waffles for breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respectable. All right, man. See you later.
A few moments later.
Okay. NRG Cloud9. In my opinion, this is like one of the easiest
Who's
ones.
NRG versus who?
Cloud9.
No, you said their name wrong, man. It's Cloud9. Everyone's calling them Cloud9.
Okay, yeah. My bad. This is the biggest no-brainer.
Yeah.
The fact that they dropped Moose, like, how long ago? Was it 2 weeks ago now? Or like
That's crazy.
I know.
I mean, hey, at least they have a lot of time to practice after they get booted out of this tournament early, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a no-brainer. It's energy all the way.
Oh yeah. Okay, now this one's gonna be not very difficult, but I want to see how 2G does, because I have Furia winning this.
Really? I kind of wanted to go with 2G just because like they have a new logo, man. You got to believe in the logo.
Okay. Well, at the same time, you got EG over here.
That's true. Fair enough. I guess we could go with Furia. Yeah, we'll go with Furia. But first, a word from today's sponsors, where you can step into the world of MiniEmpire, Heroes Never Cry, an auto-battler gacha game where strategy meets adventure. Summon and roll legendary heroes from dozens of ancient civilizations. Equip them with powerful skill builds and conquer your way to glory. With nearly 100 unique heroes and endless combinations, every battle is a test of your strategy and creativity when customizing a team. Best believe victory is always in your hands when launching critical strikes and defending your empire, locking down enemies with precise controls, or using the game's auto-battler features. It's free to play, so join to build, battle, and become a legend. Download MiniEmpire Hero Never Cry today and start writing your own epic story. And with that out the way, let's get back on topic.
And then Crew EG in the upper quarterfinals.
If EG had more time to prep, I would have them over Crew. But I think they only have like 2 days between like their previous match against Loud and then this upper quarters finals possibly against Crew. So I'm gonna give it to Crew. Like Potter's basically Batman. If you give Potter prep time, she could do the impossible. She could take down Goliath, but unfortunately they just don't have enough prep time. And I'm gonna just give it to Crew. You can't sleep on Kesnet. And they brought in Mazinho. I'm sorry for the fans out there. You always say I pronounce his name wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but he's still a phenomenal player with Leviathan. So I can see Crew beating Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, honestly, I might have to change my pickups. I had EG winning that, but yeah, I have to agree with you. Sentinels MIBR. What do you got?
This is going to be interesting because like one storyline that we didn't think about is like Aspas versus Zekin. Like I mean, it's not like a rivalry, but they are arguably like some of the best duelists in the Americas and possibly on the planet. You know, Americas is just spoiled with talent, top to bottom, and I just really want to see how Zekin and Aspas match up against each other, against their playstyles too, because Zekin is just like, screw it, we ball, I'm hopping in here, I'm taking names with me, while Aspas sometimes could be a little bit more, he can do the same thing as Zekin, but sometimes he's a little bit more strategic with when he takes the attacks. Sometimes he trades and swings, so it's really going to be, I really want to see that matchup unfold, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be playing the same agents on the same maps. You know, it is a team-based game, And you just don't only win because of one person. And I think Zekken just has the better team than MIBR from top to bottom. So I personally have Sentinels winning.
Yeah, I have the same.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't wait to see Zekken's Neon again if he does pull it out after the nerfs. Yeah.
I wish we could have seen like strong Neon, because a lot of people were saying like pre-nerf Neon was busted and whatnot, but you still had a lot of duelists struggle with like busted Neon. Like Neon is a very hard character to master. It's just that once you do master her, she looks hella busted. But I don't think a lot of duelists could master Neon. Like during the 2021 and 2022 season, there was a lot of one-trick jets that you saw kind of struggle in 2023 and beyond. You know, because they just couldn't handle Raze's movement. Like Demon One could not handle Raze's movement, and I really wanted Neon to like come out to just so we can see like, oh, which duelists are like really flexible, who are really good at mastering an agent.
Moving on, we have G2 versus NRG. Honestly, this could be a really good game, but at the same time, look at some of G2's performances, especially like more recently, and NRG winning Soup. Honestly, I have to go with NRG. NRG performed really well. I have to say that.
I hear you. Right, I personally think NRG versus G2 is going to be like a preview of the grand finals, low key. That's how me.
Okay.
And NRG has FNS, so we know FNS teams, they start off slow. You know, NRG did lose to a tier 2 team. They lost to CGR. Wait, was it CGRS? Who did they lose to in Super? It was Rapid Lo-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost to Rapid Lo-Fi. I'm going to give it to G2 because I am a Jogamo stan. I like his playstyle. He's my favorite duelist. Everyone keeps talking about Zekken, Aspas, but Jogamo, just because he didn't make it to the international stage, I think he's going to show the world why G2 picked up him. I have them beating NRG. Now, it could change in the future, you know? That's just me. But it just depends, like, how do you feel? Do you still think NRG is going to beat G2 after my filibustering?
Honestly, I'm a sucker for NRG. I'm serious. I put him as S tier on my Pickems, or not my Pickems, but my tier list. I have to stand by it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I also made a tier list, but only people like on my membership page can see them. And I low-key have G2 on my S tier.
Okay. I have him at A, and some people flame me in the comments.
I mean,
honestly,
I mean, you can have 2 S tier teams. There's nothing wrong with having 2
that's true.
Teams, but yeah, I don't have energy either. But people won't know. They won't know unless they watch this video. This video is going on my channel, like the Americas is going on my channel. So I'm personally gonna put G2 beating NRG because I feel like as a team from top to bottom, G2 looks a little bit better than NRG from top to bottom as a team. Even though it's gonna be kind of rough, because I could see Verno low key being the difference maker, but then again, it's like it's still Jogamo.
Okay, Leviathan Furia.
In Demon One we trust. I got Leviathan.
Same. Yeah. Honestly, Leviathan's looking strong. I honestly, if they can like use Demon One to the point where EG did back in 2023 and not have him be playing Raze, or like not playing Raze on like certain maps, they could honestly do really well. You want to move on to the lower bracket for a little bit? Okay. Furia Loud.
Yeah, this is going to be a revenge match with DD Jean because he used to be on Furia.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about Loud. You know, like the greats have fallen, but they haven't fallen that badly.
Okay. Okay, I had Furia winning this. It's honestly just because of I'm kind of taking preseason too much to heart, I feel like, at the same time. But Loud went what 1-3 in the what did they play in? I can't even remember.
So I have a small little theory, you know, like if 2 teams are kind of like in the same tier of talent wise, it's hard to beat a team like that twice in a row. 3 times in a row is really, really hard. So I think you learn more from losing games than you do from winning them. So I feel like Loud can bounce back a lot better against Furia, and the game should be a lot closer, in my opinion. But yeah. I mean, if you want, we can go with Furia because last time I kind of bullied my way for G2. If you want Furia, we can go with Furia.
No, I don't care. I don't care, honestly.
You're like, I don't follow these teams.
Okay, NRG 100 Thieves. I'm gonna put energy here. It's I keep on going back to the soup Valiant League. I swear to God. And then there's Trust and Plug that game against 100 Thieves.
Hopefully Nashot isn't watching this, because I don't think it's going to be a good year for 100 Thieves in general, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can say almost every team had substantially gotten better except for Cloud9. And 100 Thieves kind of stayed the same, possibly slightly better, because they only changed one player, and that player isn't changing the roles for the team, isn't really like revitalizing strategies just because of that one player being on it. It's just like a plug and play. And because I think you have to just keep getting better. If you're not getting better, you're gonna get left behind in the Americas. It's so competitive.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. No, MIBR Cloud9 or Cloud9. Sorry. Last time I'll have to say that though. I mean, MIBR is gonna win this.
Yep. At least Cloud9 will have time to practice as a team now.
Yeah. Well, how much time do they have between kickoffs and stage 1?
Bangkok, and it ends March the 2nd. So they have like quite a ways. They have almost like
yeah,
a whole month and some change to get their acts together.
Okay, Evil Geniuses versus 2G. Honestly, Ascension, please get a win. I want to see an Ascension team do well. Okay, then Loud Energy.
It's NRG all the way.
Yeah.
BR over 2G esports.
Yeah, I have the same. I mean, there's not too much that 2G can do. I mean, like, if they can pull out a season that G2 did last year, honestly, then they'll do great. But I mean, who knows?
Because like people forget that G2, they were already a tier 1 team. Like it was basically the guard, and the guard was doing damage on the tier 1 stage. It's just that they got unlucky with partnerships. They weren't invited, and they fought their way through tier 2, and they were dunking on a lot of tier 2 teams. They had some close calls, but at the end of the day, when it really mattered the most, the guard reminded people, hey, we were a threat back in the day, and we proved it again. Whereas 2G esports, they're a legit Ascension team. They're a legit tier 2 team that fought their way into tier 1, and we're gonna see why they had to like go through Ascension. Like I could see them getting better throughout the year, but it's MIBR, it's Aspas, and they're just gonna bulldoze them, you know. Especially if Nazweer can get his act together and look like the Nazweer that he was when he was on Furia last year, towards the end of last year. MRBL is going to be a scary team. They just got to like work on some things and just show us that they really want it as a team.
Okay, going back up to the upper bracket, Crew versus Sentinels. I honestly have Sentinels here.
Same.
Sentinels, they've been looking really strong. Plus Crew, we haven't seen too much of them. I mean, we haven't seen too much of a lot of teams, but I honestly just have to put Sen here. There's a lot of potential for this roster, and I honestly see them going really far, especially towards the beginning of the season. Plus, who knows, they'll probably find a way to make it to champs again this year.
Probably. Like now we have G2 versus Leviathan. Now this could be very fun to watch, especially if Demon 1 and Jagamo end up playing duelists in this match. Like especially if it's a jet match, we could see who's the better jet. Because like one of my hot takes, I'm not even too sure if it was a hot take. I feel like if you watch Champs 2023 in the grand finals, you would say that Jagamo, just for the grand finals by itself, Jagamo was the better player. He was the reason why Evil Genius, he was the best player during the grand finals of 2023. I don't know, I just want to see the matchup between Jagamo and Demon 1.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be
honestly old teammates playing each other. I mean, it could be really interesting. Who do you think would win?
I have G2 all the way, man. I'm G2 pilled.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I'd have to agree with you. I originally had them losing to NRG, but honestly, yeah, G2. I originally had them in S in my tier list, but then they had like some sort of tournament. I don't remember what it was called, but where they didn't do that hot. Yeah. But still, they're extremely strong. They could honestly make an amazing run in Bangkok if they do make it. Let's do the upper final.
Okay, Sentinels versus G2. This is kind of reminiscent of like Kickoffs last year, where G2 and Sentinels like face each other. as well. And like G2 low-key beat Sentinels, but they weren't able to make it through because of round differentials.
Yeah.
So overall, it's the question of which team improved and which team got worse since kickoffs. And I personally think G2 got better, while Sentinels, you can make an argument, slightly got worse. They slightly got worse. But it's not like a big drop off or anything. We have them in the upper finals for a reason, but I think G2 has just done more to earn my trust in this match.
Yeah, I'd honestly have to agree. I mean, they lost Tens and Saucy. Tens is their moneymaker, and then Saucy, he's like their main like Odin player. He loves spamming through the Lotus walls, but honestly, G2, they've gotten a lot better with Jagamo.
Right. And like one of the things with Sentinels is that, yes, narrate for Tens, that's not a bad like trade-off. Same thing with Bang for Saucy. I feel like Saucy did more for the team than Bang, at least from what I've seen so far. And plus the fact that is like you have to remember like narrate isn't playing an aggressive role right now anymore. So Sentinels are low-key missing a little bit of firepower, because I said it before, I got flamed a little bit for it, but you can't expect John QT to be a fragger, to have A1 comms, and to provide like amazing support for his teammate. That's a lot of things to put, a lot of pressure to put on one person to juggle all those hats. I feel like, I mean, if anyone can do it, it could be John QT, but G2 has earned my trust, just on paper. I like their team more.
Okay. Crew versus NRG.
In NRG, we trust. That's all I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to say the same, honestly. Leviathan MIBR.
Yeah, this is gonna be another. I like the storylines between these teams, like teams facing or players facing their previous old teams. Aspas versus Demon One, who's better? Did Aspas make Leviathan, or did the team? Nah, it's not even this. Aspas did make Leviathan, but yeah, I don't know. This is also gonna be a close game, because a lot of people will say Aspas is better than Demon One, which is fair. I don't know if like from the top to bottom, who's the better team from top to bottom?
Yeah,
it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. I low-key want to lean towards MIBR, but I'm not entirely sure.
I want to lean towards Leviathan because I like Demon One more, but
we could do Leviathan because then Leviathan would face NRG in round 4.
Yeah,
another spicy matchup. Like, let's go for storylines. Let's go for storylines. Like, let's make our own storylines. Where NRG versus Leviathan, where Demon One goes against his former team, and I don't have big hopes. I won't have big hopes for them at all.
Okay, yeah.
I said it earlier. It's hard to beat a good team twice, and if NRG faces Sentinels, that'd be like 3 times, because they face each other twice already in the Sen City Classic, and they beat them twice too. Beating them a 3rd time in a row, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. The safe pick would be NRG, right?
Yeah.
But a part of me is like, beating a good team 3 times in a row is not easy.
I mean, this could really go either way. I'm serious. Like, both teams look so good right now. I honestly don't know.
I don't know. You want to flip a coin? Sentinels heads, NRG tails.
Okay.
Oh, wow. NRG goes through. And like I said, I feel like personally, NRG is known for starting slow and then they go red hot. I have NRG beating G2.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same. NRG wins the turn. But after an insane lower bracket run.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's the finesse special, you know, it's his last season, might as well. And yes, this is our Pickems for America's 2025 kickoffs. Feel free to check out Just Joshua and be a member if you want to see my solo dolo Pickems too. Till next time, stay safe, be a KDA warrior, and I'll see you guys later.